evening, everyone, and welcome to Check It Out, the library talk show that lets you know what's happening in and around the Bethel Park Public Library. We're your hosts, Elaine Volpe
and Christine McIntosh, and happy October, everyone, my favorite month of the year.
My favorite month of the year as well.
I just wanted to take a moment to thank all of the patrons that donated during the month of September, which is Love Your Library Month. As you know, we get there's a match pool from the Jack Buncher Family Foundation during the month of September for all donations to any library in Allegheny County. So I don't have our final number just yet, but we thank you. We thank you for supporting us.
Absolutely. We had a last minute one come in yesterday, actually. Yes. She turned it in on the children's side. So thank you to everybody. And then on our side, we always think it's fun for the little ones to write on a heart what they love about their library. So I jotted some of those down. I thought I could share them real quick.
That would be great.
So of course, a lot of the hearts said books. They love our book selection. A lot of the hearts said librarians, which warms my heart. Mm-hmm. Somebody said playing with parachute. I think they do that in Miss Sarah's classes sometimes. New toys every week, and we actually don't put them out every week. It's every month. But I like that one. I like that people appreciate that we cycle out to keep things new and fresh. Somebody wrote down the chess club. We have to try to keep that going. Yeah, we've had a positive response to that. Somebody said the silly stories, playing in the boat, the scars at Mother Goose on the Loose. They love it because it's safe and welcome. They love the activities and the board games. We do have a great board game selection. I just ordered a couple new ones.
Our board game collection is nice and it's getting beefed up and it's really being used. So I'm happy. Both of us come from board game families.
For sure.
So,
I still say we have to have a board game night. We have to have a library board game night for staff.
I love it.
Somebody said they love the puppets. Somebody said they love Baby Jam. So much, so do I. And then I love this one. Somebody said the laughter. We always are indeed
that's true.
laughing. And I think that's a great thing. I love that somebody picked up on that.
Yes.
And
people
we want this to be a happy place. We're always having a silly time.
People have an image of the library as quiet and stuffy and serene, and it is not.
Not the case.
It's active, and we want it to be so. So yes, and you do hear the staff and patrons laughing, interacting. It's a great place to be. So thank you to everyone who donated. And another thank you to our sponsors and golfers for our 6th annual Bethel Park Fantastic Four Charities golf outing, which we had on September 25th. A big shout out. We actually broke our record.
Yay! I didn't realize we were doing it for 6 years already.
This was our 6th year.
Wow.
So next year it will be Monday, September 24th at Nemacolin Country Club. We had a golf ball drop this year, which was something new.
It's exciting.
And if you didn't see the footage, check it out on BPTV or on YouTube. Or we added to our Facebook as well. So it was really, really exciting. It was a great day. The weather was cool, little misty a couple times, but it was a very, very good fundraiser that benefits some area charities. So the Education Foundation, the Community Foundation, Library, and the Historical Society. So thank you to all of you who participated and supported that. So for adults coming up this month, we have a new ongoing program provided by our reference librarians, Job Interview Preparation. This will be hosted on Wednesdays at 1 and then again at 2. You must make an appointment. It's one-on-one. So working together, we can help you uncover your skills, present those skills in an effective manner, and help you respond with confidence to an interviewer's questions. We ask you to bring a current resume and maybe a job posting or two that you're interested in, and the culmination will be a mock interview. It's really good.
It's a great idea.
It's a skill you need to learn if you're looking for jobs.
I always feel like no matter how outgoing you are, when it comes down to a job interview, everybody gets a little bit nervous, right? And I think you need that practice. And I think doing it in front of somebody and getting some helpful tips is always so helpful.
Yes. So this came out of the municipality's job fair, which the library was there talking about the resources that we have to help you with your job search and preparation. And so then Rob and Katie came up with this idea of doing some mock interviews and just helping people feel more prepared so you're not as nervous.
Yep.
So
love
you have to make an appointment. It'll be every Wednesday. There'll be a 1 o'clock appointment and a 2 o'clock appointment. So you'll get 45 to 50 minutes one-on-one. We have the ever popular annual Senior Healthcare Workshop Series with Barbara Beasley. She's a registered nurse who is retired and helps navigate Medicare. So this course starts by looking at Social Security and ends 5 sessions later after discussing how to select the appropriate place for long-term living. Along the way, she'll investigate Medicare, Medigap, the Medicare Advantage and drug plans, low-income programs, adult daycare, care in your home, and retirement communities. You'll receive an in-depth reference binder that will assist you with care planning and understanding for years to come. You must register for this series, and you must be willing to come to all 5. It's not a one-shot thing. So these will be held on Mondays beginning October 23rd, continue on Mondays through November 20th, and they are 2 hours in length, so it's from 1 to 3 p.m. on those 5 Mondays. And then the fun stuff that I love about this time of year. Ghost Hunting 101 Haunted Teachings. This will be held on Thursday, October 5th at 6:30 p.m., presented by Whispering Souls Paranormal. Step into a new dimension of ghost hunting and learn what lurks among us. The Whispering Souls Paranormal will bring awareness and education about the spirit world through our personal experiences, scientific methods, and equipment. Get ready for some chilling and hair-raising moments because this haunted class is in session. They say it's suitable even for teens.
Okay.
And
You'll be there, I'm sure. That's
always,
like right up your alley.
That is up my alley. I am, yes, very excited. We have our annual Haunted Hat Tea on Friday, October 13th.
It's fun.
From 11 to 1.
Friday the 13th.
I know, Friday the 13th,
Ooh.
yes. So I'm trying to put together a little fun trivia game about superstitions.
Ah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
So come experience the spirit of Halloween while enjoying tea and finger sandwiches. Get creative with your Halloween hat because we do award prizes for the most unusual or scary. Last year we had to create a new category because this young woman came in with a hat that looked like,
this.
You know, what are the dandelion when they go to seed? You know, the Santa Claus, I guess.
Yeah.
So we had to come up she got the most creative, and I think we had the scariest or something. So we asked for a donation of $10 to cover the food costs, which have grown, as you all know, grown significantly in the last year or so. And we have Pittsburgh Hauntings on Thursday, October 19th at 6:30 p.m. This is presented by Drake Bowen of the Oakmont Paranormal Society. So come celebrate the spooky season and listen to tales of hauntings in the Pittsburgh area, including Ambridge, the North Side, Homestead, and other local spots. So that'll be fun too. That's more tales as opposed to learning how to, what the techniques are for detecting spirit energy.
Right.
So in that vein, I created this month a list of novels featuring haunted houses. So check this out. Have you ever seen a house that just looked haunted? From the outside, it appears menacing and imposing. They're often surrounded by dead trees and plants. The windows are dark and filled with shadows that play tricks on your eyes. On the inside, haunted houses are filled with things like dust, cobwebs, creaking doors, and mist. Here is a curated list of newly published novels featuring a haunted house. A House with Good Bones by T. Kingfisher. This book is about Samantha Montgomery, who is really worried about her mother. Out of nowhere, Sam's mom is acting jumpy and nervous, and she's starting to make strange changes to the family home on Lammergeier Lane. Sam wonders if her mother's behavior has anything to do with her late grandmother. And as shocking family secrets are revealed, Sam will discover that she's not wrong. Now she struggles to uncover the truths behind their family home before Lammergeier Lane completely consumes her. How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. After Louise's parents die unexpectedly, she's forced to get home to Charleston to take care of their affairs.
Louise thinks the most difficult part of selling her parents' home is going to be dealing with her shiftless brother Mark. But neither Louise nor Mark are prepared to face the haunted puppets that await them in that house. And if you're wondering how puppets can be scary, you got to read this book to find out. The Sprite House by Johnny Compton. This is a debut novel from author Johnny Compton. Eric Ross is on the run and desperate to find shelter for himself and his 2 daughters, as well as a job to keep them afloat. So when he sees the ad for a caretaker for the Mason House in Texas, it looks like a dream come true, even though the house is supposedly haunted. Tell Me I'm Worthless by Allison Rumfitt. 3 years ago, Alice and her friend Isla and Hannah spent one night in a haunted house, and nothing has been the same since. The last thing Alice wants to do is return to that place, but when Isla tells her that they have to return to rescue Hannah, Alice knows she has no choice. Now Alice and Isla will be forced to face the horrors that happened to them 3 years ago, or risk losing Hannah to the house forever. And Delicious Monsters, written by Lizelle Sainberry. Daisy has the ability to see dead people, which can be quite overwhelming when she lives in the city, where there are ghosts on every corner. So, when her mother inherits a secluded mansion, Daisy is relieved to get away from the noise of the city. But the house hides horrors Daisy could never have imagined. And the horrors aren't just supernatural. So come on in and check out one today.
So you don't like haunted houses.
Not so much.
I
I
love
had a bad experience back when I was like 20, 21.
Really?
I haven't gone back.
I love to go. We go once a year to, one of the, we usually go to 100 Acres.
Okay.
Manor,
Yeah,
but
I
we've
always hear
gone
that's
to-
a great one.
We went to a zombie assault one year.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
just fun. I enjoy it, but I remember taking my nephews when they were like 10 and 12.
That's too young. I think that's too young. You could scar them for life.
We went to Terror on the Lake out in North Park,
Oh my
and
gosh.
it was an old house, and we were walking up the porch. You're in a line. You're walking up the porch, and a guy came out with a chainsaw. Of course, did not have the chain on it, but my Eric, who was 10, climbed me like a tree.
And he
get
probably
away.
still has nightmares
I'm going
to
to ask
this
him.
day,
He's
Christine.
33. I will
Please
ask
do.
him. I am going to go
That was
ask him.
actually my exact same experience. Somebody started chasing me with a chainsaw.
Well,
I
if
couldn't
you-
find the group that I was with. and I
If
was
you
just like,
run, they're
"Ooh."
going to keep chasing you. You have to pretend that you're not
Well.
bothered by it.
Okay. If I ever go again, I will keep that tip in mind.
Okay.
All right, so over to me, I guess, for
Yes.
children's. Okay, so October 2 for us, a very busy time. All of our story times, see, I just caught myself. They're not really story times. We call them early literacy classes now.
Okay, I gotta
Always
remember that.
focusing on those 5 key early literacies of sing, talk, read, write, and play. But our early literacy classes are all in session until the end of the month. So we have Toddler Tuesdays, Mother Goose on the Loose, Baby Jam, and Preschool Power. No need to register for any of those. You just come to the 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock session, whichever is more convenient for you. But then on October 9th, we have another Monday morning meetup. And this is just like an open general free play where you have the program room to yourselves. It's a drop-in anytime between, I think it's 10 and noon. And I think in October, it's going to be all things dinosaurs.
Oh.
So who wouldn't want to come to that, right? All right, and then for our elementary age friends, kindergarten through 6th grade, we have a lot going on. I'm doing another cooking class on October 10th. I think it's going to be succotash
Oh.
or something pumpkin. I haven't decided yet. But I would love for you to join me for that. That's at 6:30. You do need to register. We cap it at 15 just because of space and supplies. October is National Popcorn Month.
Oh, I did not know that.
So we're going to have a popcorn party on Wednesday, October 18th at 6 p.m. And again, you do need to register for this one as well. And you'll learn some new fun facts. You'll get, of course, to taste some delicious popcorn. But I think Dawn has like ideas for like stations set up. It'll be a good time. And that's for anyone in grades 1 through 3. Personal preference. Do you like homemade popcorn or microwave popcorn or store-bought popcorn?
Well-
And what do you think of movie theater popcorn?
Okay, homemade to me is microwave popcorn. I haven't made popcorn in a pot for a long, long time.
You should try it. So that's what
I know,
we do.
it's very good. Now, my nephews loved Jiffy Pop, the one that pops,
Oh, like a popcorn maker. Like
no, like the one you did on the stove and then the foil would pop up and then you
Oh.
break the foil. I didn't like that, but it was fun to watch. It was
Right,
interesting.
right.
Movie popcorn, of course, is delicious, but it's very
too
salty.
buttery and too salty for
Yeah.
me. I can't even have more than a few.
Now, I just got from Market District, Giant Eagle. It was caramel popcorn and white cheddar popcorn with a little bit of cinnamon. Oh my, was that
Ooh,
good?
where was that from?
From Market District. They did it like, it's commercially packed, but
So I do enjoy like sweet popcorn, right? If it's drizzled with chocolate or caramel or whatever.
I like caramel corn.
But I love, or kettle corn. I love kettle corn this time
corn.
of year. But I think freshly popped popcorn that you do in a pot on your stovetop is the best.
I have not done that for years.
So,
We used to growing up, but now that there's microwave popcorn, it's
Yeah, I guess it's more convenient, right? But I
It
encourage
is.
everybody to try it the old-fashioned way. And we're wondering, what is your favorite way to eat popcorn? You can come to this Poppin' Popcorn Party on the 18th and let us know. On Sunday, October 22nd at 2 p.m., we're going to have a Boggett Brigade. Do you know what a Boggett is?
I have no idea what a
See,
boggett is.
So when I went to the Early Education Summit in Asheville with my friends from WQED, I attended one of the sessions where they made these Boggett creatures, and it was all about using items from nature to create these mythical creatures, right? They're just like,
I like the idea.
fantasy creatures that are usually like you can hide them like in the forest or in the woods or in a nearby park. And if you spy one, you're just supposed to like make up a story about it. Like, right, what would your Boggett do? What sort of adventures would he have? Where did your Boggett come from? I had never heard of the term Boggett.
Me either.
I know that's what they refer to it as because I have the handout. But I went to Google it like for this description and I couldn't find Boggett anywhere. But I think it is a real term to refer to these mythical creatures.
Okay.
So we, on Sunday, October 22nd, this is just like a drop-in class too. I mean, it starts at 2 p.m., so you can come at 2. But it's just going to be like a very laid-back class, if you want to call it a class. But you're just going to get to come and play with mud and clay and things from the outdoors, and you're going to create this little Boggett. Here's my example that I made down in Asheville, North Carolina. It's very simple. I didn't add too much. I like how I used the seashell mouth.
I do too.
Yeah.
'Cause it looks like he's,
And then his
he's going,
hair-
oh,
His hair keeps popping off, but this is just a, what do you call these things?
spiky balls. I don't know what tree
What you
they're
officially
from.
call them.
I don't know.
But just a fun time. And so I encourage you, if you do want to come, to bring items maybe from your own backyard, but I will have some collected as well. And we're going to use all things from nature, or at least mostly things from nature. I might get out the googly eyes and
Well,
some
of
other
course.
things. But we're going to try to do like mostly just leaves and twigs and sticks and
Pine cones,
things from pine cones.
And-
That's a good
and-
one. Feathers.
spiky balls.
Spiky balls,
I don't
right?
know
So I
what
thought
they're
that would be just a fun, creative time. So if you are free on that Sunday, please join me for the Boggett Brigade. For our teens, Miss Sarah is going to do a Creative Teens Mixed Media Portraits. You know this is going to be a good class. Miss Sarah actually, what did she minor or did she major in art? She was art and education. She was probably art education. I feel like I should know this.
Yes,
But
after all these
she's-
years, we should know this.
She's very talented, and she's going to teach teens. And it's a beginner class, but she's going to teach them how to use all different sorts of media and different techniques to create fun portraits and self-portraits. So a really cool class.
Interesting.
3 Thursdays in a row. You want to come sign up for it's October 5th, 12th, and 19th. You sign up for that first one, you're already in for all 3. Okay? You had mentioned job skills, and I think it's just as important for teens, if not
Absolutely.
even more so, right? Because now they're going for their very first one, and they are probably a ball of nerves. But it's so important that they learn how to conduct themselves and how to carry themselves
And how to
in
dress.
an interview, and how to dress, and a proper handshake, and how to look somebody in the eye, right? All those things. So we're offering Future Jobs 21st Century Job Skills, or Century Skills, on Tuesday, October 24th at 6:30 p.m. We are going to provide food, pizza, and popcorn, and drinks will be provided. We're actually going to have one of our Teen Advisory Board meetings right beforehand. And if you're not yet on the Teen Advisory Board, but if that sounds like something you might be interested in, we highly encourage you to come at 6. Okay, but this class will start at 6:30, and it focuses mostly on the soft skills, right, which I think are so essential.
Yes.
And
the
soft skills
like
refer
nonverbal, the nonverbal things.
right, like your personality traits, your behaviors, right, like Now, of course, I can't think of an example of a soft skill, but just like your
Well,
listening habits,
yes.
right?
Active listening
being
and
able
responding.
to work well with others. Yeah, all very important, no matter what field you enter. So that's what the focus will be on for this session. And then, you guys give us suggestions and we listen. And so we want to always encourage you to keep doing that. Give us your ideas and we will put them into action. We had a couple requests for a Harry Potter program. So we're going to do magic treats for muggles. And the description says, which Hogwarts house will the sorting hat put you in? Join us in creating Harry Potter themed treats and eats. I know for a fact they're doing butterbeer. And I think they're doing... Megan was just telling me they have 2 different snacks and then your butterbeer as your beverage. So it's going to be a lot of fun. If you are a Harry Potter fan, definitely make sure you register for this one, Wednesday, October 25th at 6 p.m. And then we have our family programs. October's a fun time for us. We always do either a Halloween-themed party or last year it was a hoedown. This year we're calling it Fall Fest. And you can drop by on Saturday, October 21st between 12 and 3 p.m. And we'll just have a variety of activities set up. There'll be a story walk set up in the library yard. We'll have a couple crafts for you, loads of book displays, of course, to check out. Sarah's going to be doing face painting, a couple games for you to play. So it's just a fun afternoon. We'll have some apple cider for you, and it'll just be a good time. So that's Fall Fest on Saturday, October 21st. Craft Away Saturdays is ongoing. The next one is Saturday, October 14th. And Family Story Time is on October 16th at 6:30 p.m. And then we have a Family STEM Day on Saturday, October 28th. Again, a drop-by type thing. It's between the hours of 11 and 2 p.m. And this is just hands-on activities and demonstrations incorporating science, technology, engineering, and math. It's for all ages. If your child is under 10, they do need to be accompanied by an adult the entire time. So I feel like that was a lot. That's all I got.
It is. This is a great time
I
of
know.
year.
It's busy
after
and
summer, and we're gearing up, and it's
Yeah,
getting to be soup weather for me.
Oh, you and your soup.
I love soup. I love soup. But also, one thing that if you're looking for something to do as the weather cools down, our Friends of the Library is hosting Yinzers 2023. So it is an evening of Pittsburgh-themed food and fun. It is Friday, October 13th from 6 to 8 p.m. here at the library. Tickets are available at the library, at Evie's, or you can get them online. You can go through the library's website to do that. It's $30 for a single ticket or $50 per couple. If you are a friend of the library, you do get a $5 discount to encourage you to become a friend of the library. So we have pierogies, chipped ham barbecue, kielbasa, a cookie table, of course, and wine and beer, raffle baskets, and so much more fun. So we encourage you to wear your black and gold, but you don't have to. And come on down. So see you on Friday the 13th. For
See
the
Yins on Friday the
Yins, yes.
13th.
And then I just want to remind our viewers that the library will close at 5 p.m. on Tuesday, October 31st, so that our staff can get home before all the ghosts and ghoulies are out trick-or-treating. So we can enjoy the trick-or-treaters at our own homes.
Absolutely.
Or take our
And
kids
can we
out.
just remind people too of the new Sunday hours, because we had someone stop by on this past Sunday, 4:45, and when I took, or not, 3:45.
Yeah.
No, what time
Were
was it?
we still open?
Right.
So it was
She didn't-
3:45. We close at 4.
She didn't realize that we were closing in 15 minutes, right? She thought she had a whole hour and 15 minutes.
Yes.
So new hours, we're still open on Sundays, and we're happy to provide that for you. But instead of being 1 to 5, we are now 12 to 4.
Yes, which actually I was here on a Sunday, and it seems that we're busy like 12 to 2-ish, and then it kind of slows down unless there's a program or a class going on.
Yeah.
So yes, we are here Sundays, noon until 4 p.m. So
Yep. I guess that wraps
That's-
everything
yes.
up. So thank you, as always, for joining us. And if you have any questions on any of the things that we talked about on today's show, you know what to do. Go ahead and give us a call.
visit our website.
Or better yet, stop in and see us in person. Have a great month, everybody, and we'll see you in November.